Hello students, it's Gosia here, your English teacher, and this is the series Your English Notes. Today I've prepared 4 films about countable and uncountable nouns. And in this film I would like you to tell you why sometimes people say coffee and sometimes a coffee. Okay, but before I explain that to you, I'd like you to see the difference between countable and uncountable nouns, what they are, okay? So first let's look at the countable nouns. We can divide countable nouns into singular form and plural form. In singular, the example will be a ball, okay? So it means only one. Yes, this is singular, it's only one, a ball. And plural, it's more than one. So here we can have 3, 4, but we've got 2 balls, okay? And uncountable nouns are the nouns which we cannot count, okay? Look, we can count 1 ball, 2 balls, 3 balls, but we cannot count, for example, we cannot count feelings, love, friendship, okay? So it's an uncountable noun. We cannot count liquids, water, milk, okay? We cannot count powders because they are, or seeds, yes? So we say flour, for example, flour, sugar, okay? And also we cannot count some materials like metal, glass, wood, all right? And in English, there are some uncountable nouns which are countable in other languages. For example, in Polish, money or information they are countable nouns. So it's very strange for Polish people that money, we cannot count money in English and we cannot count information in English. Okay, and what I would like you to remember, what is specific for these countable and uncountable nouns, I will now explain that to you, okay? So the first thing I would like you to remember is the form of the verb, which goes with countable and uncountable nouns. I will write some examples now, okay? For example, the ball is big, okay? And the balls are big, okay? And here we can write, for example, the coffee is cold, okay? And what can you see here? Look, what is the form of the verb in singular? It's is, okay? In plural, because we have more things, we say are. But look, here it's again is with uncountables, okay? So remember, with uncountable nouns, you will use singular form of the verb, okay? So this is the first thing I would like you to pay attention to. And the second one is, again, I write some examples for you. It is big, big. They are big. And it is cold. Okay. Now I would like you to look here. When we want to replace the noun with a pronoun, here it will be it, because it's just one thing, okay? Because we have more things, when we want to replace the noun with the pronoun, we will say they in plural. And again, in uncountable, we'll use it. So the same as in the singular form, okay? So remember about these 2 things, about the verb form, about the pronoun which we use to replace countable and uncountable nouns. And one more thing, I would like you to pay attention to is the articles, okay? So you can say, I have a ball. Sometimes you say an when a word starts with a vowel, so apple, for example, yeah? You can say, I have an apple, because it would be strange to say apple. It would be difficult to pronounce, yeah? This is why we've got an when we start a noun with a vowel. And here we will say, for example, I like balls. We can say they are my favorite toys. Sorry. And here I like coffee. Okay. And look, here we put an article. So an indefinite article a or an goes only with singular countable noun. Okay? We don't put anything here. We can put some, but I will tell you about that in a different lesson. But generally, we don't put an indefinite article, okay? Of course, the definite article the we can put everywhere, yeah? If we are talking about the one, when we refer to the one we are talking about, so the ball I'm holding, okay? The one I'm holding, or the balls I'm holding now, or the coffee I'm drinking now, okay? The one I'm talking about. So please remember about these three things when you use countable and uncountable nouns: the verb form, the pronoun, and an indefinite article. Okay? And now I will tell you why sometimes people say coffee and why sometimes people say a coffee. So I just have to remove that because I don't have enough space. Look, sometimes people want to make an uncountable noun a countable one. How is it possible? For example, look, paper, yes, paper is uncountable. But when you use a special expression, you can make a paper countable. And this special expression is a piece, okay? Okay, so if you want to say that you've got a piece of paper here, okay, so this is a piece of paper, okay, you can make it countable because now it's a piece of paper. If I take one more, now I can say I've got 2 pieces of paper, okay, so you can make a countable noun out of uncountable. Nice. And look, when it comes to powders, yeah, we can say, for example, that we've got a packet of something, okay? For example, a packet of sugar, okay? So we have a piece of paper and now it's countable. We have a packet of sugar, so we packed sugar to a packet and now we made it countable, yes? When it comes to liquids, we can also pack them, put them somewhere, yes? So we can say that we've got a glass of water, okay? A glass of water, for example. So we put water to a glass and we've made it countable. Okay. So now I will draw you one more thing. I try because I can't draw very well, but I hope you're understanding, students. Okay. Oh, okay. It will be a girl. I'm having a cup of coffee coffee. Okay, and look, oh wait, let me just put it in the bowl. Okay, this is what she is saying now. I'm having a coffee, okay? But what she really means is I'm having a cup of coffee, okay? So now you can see that sometimes native speakers of English, sometimes they, in their mind, they pack an uncountable noun to something, yes? And they just don't want to say this long phrase like I'm having a cup of coffee, and they just use a shorter form of saying that, and they say I'm having a coffee, okay? So for example, you can also say could you go to the shop and buy a milk? All right, so just you mean a carton of milk, okay? Or could you go to the shop and buy a sugar? You mean just a kilo of sugar, so a packet of sugar. Yeah, in your mind you packed this powder or liquid, you packed it into something. Okay? I hope this lesson is clear for you, and as always I will give you some homework. I write 2 sentences. The first one is I like drinking. Okay, and the second, I'd like to drink okay, you can say please here at the end. In one of them a coffee is possible, okay, and in another one we use the general meaning of coffee. We don't mean a cup of coffee, but in the one of them we mean a cup of coffee. Yeah, so I would like you to write in the comments below the answer, okay? And also, if you would like to get a picture note from this lesson, please subscribe to the newsletter. You can find the link in the comments, in my comments below this film, okay? Thank you for now, and I will see you in a moment in the next film about countable and uncountable nouns, okay? See you in a moment.